All right, now we are going to go into the top NFL games of the week, and we're going to start with probably the biggest matchup right now and the most anticipated one in the NFL with Steelers and Broncos. Let's go to the video highlights as Peyton Manning makes his first return into the NFL. And this is a huge game for him after his injury, his neck injury over last season. Missing a whole season of NFL football is huge for any player, but Peyton didn't look like he missed a step.
He did look phenomenal. He usually has bad luck coming into the Steelers. They usually blitz him a ton, and he has trouble figuring out those, that good old-fashioned Pittsburgh defense. But he looked like he picked them apart, and he did a phenomenal job. He really called a lot of great audibles versus Troy Polamalu, and I think they just did a fantastic job against that Steelers defense.
No doubt, and you got to give it to the Broncos offensive line as they had to adjust from a quarterback in Tim Tebow that was run predominant and Peyton Manning now that was pass happy, and a lot of play actions, a lot of audibles that came in this game here. Tim Tebow, solid effort last season in the playoffs, especially beating the Steelers nonetheless in this game. But what I think is so interesting is a Broncos team who was they were so happy and focused on just running the ball consistently, and that was their bread and butter in winning games. But now they look like they are substantially better now with Mike McCoy as their offensive coordinator and being able to have a pass-happy offense with Peyton Manning.
I think what's the one thing to not just condone, the Steelers for is the fact that they were missing two of their best defensive players, in James Harrison and Ryan Clark, both sat out this week. I think that defense will bounce back.
And we are going to go now to another AFC matchup between the Ravens and the Bengals in a blowout for Baltimore at home to start off week one. Let's go to the video as well here as you see the phenomenal running by Ray Rice as he had a field day against the Bengals defense, and Joe Flacco looked like a Hall of Fame quarterback here with Anquan Boldin and company leading the way. The Ravens predicted by many as a Super Bowl candidate. What do you think?
I actually think this is a situation where we saw down in Miami was the Texans versus the Miami. I think Ravens are a good team, not a great team, and they beat a very bad Cincinnati Bengal team. I think with the missing of Terrell Suggs from the Ravens defense, I think that's going to severely hurt them. And I think the Ravens are always one of those very flashy teams during week one, and then midseason comes up, and how old their defense is really going to start to catch up with them.
I would have to disagree with you on that point, that the Ravens offense, as of last season, they were in the AFC Championship game and just a turnover away from beating the New England Patriots on the way to potentially winning a Super Bowl. So I think the offense is very powerful, especially for the Ravens. Now, they played a weaker opponent in the Bengals defense, but I do believe that Andy Dalton and A.J. Green and company for Bengals will do better in other weeks. Ravens defense has been, in the past decade, in the top three in almost every category known in the NFL.
I think that is led into a large part of Ray Lewis, but I feel like age might be starting to catch up to him. Haloti Ngata, without a doubt, will be an anchor on that defensive line, but one of the best things that has always helped that defensive line is the defensive end linebacker combo, Terrell Suggs, the beast, the freak that he is. Him being not there right now for that defense is hurting them, and I feel like you will see that midseason where it's really going to count for those games when they're facing their own division and they are facing some of the top-notch AFC teams.
Ray Rice also switched roles in this game, being more of a ground and pound kind of running back instead of just taking sweeps all the time, which really helps out this Ravens defense and spreads out the field with the receivers, enable for Joe Flacco to have more room to hit his targets.
I agree with you there. The Ravens offensive line has been a staple for that franchise for a long time, from Jonathan Ogden now to Michael Orr to Matt Burke. They can create lots of holes, even for a small running back like Ray Rice. They can open up some holes to get him some 4 or 5 yards. That I think that will be a key for them this year.
And you know what? That was only week one in the NFL. I cannot wait to see the rest of the season, especially with week 2. And that is our show. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, shoot us an email at lasalletv@lasalle.edu, or you can visit our website at www.lasalle.edu/lasalletv. Also, check out our Twitter and Facebook pages at UFR_sports and at facebook.com/upon-for-the-review. And that's another edition of Upon for the Review, your world sports action in our sports program. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.